Initiating System 1.
The pistols. Who doesn't love pistols? Well, the Germans love their pistols. They basically love everything. So, let's go and analyze
System
a
activated.
German pistol, shall we? So, you don't mind the magazine, you don't mind the range, and you also don't mind it when it comes with the suppressor. Well, this German has it all. Today, we're going to be reviewing the USP-45. The USP, or Universal Self-Loading Pistol, is a German weapon that was made in 1989. It was a replacer of the P7 series of pistols and was focused on the United States and their law enforcement markets. The weapon became very successful, being used in multiple countries and law enforcement, defensive forces, and even in the military. The pistol that we see here in game is the 45 variant, which fires the 45 ACP round, a really lethal round. Damage-wise, it is based on all the other pistols. With the damage, you will need 3 to 5 shots to kill, and 2 and 4 in the head at a distance. When it comes to the range, however, it is one of the best within its category, and it can fire from 11 to 25 meters, which is pretty good for a pistol. Penetration ability, however, is low, like all the other pistols. The output is about the same as the other semi-automatic weapons, and the same as in the other pistols. With the rate of fire, you are going to have a staggering 1200 rounds per minute. You can shoot with your heart's content. And with double tap equip, it is a monstrous 1621 rounds per minute. And mentioned before, this is a semi-automatic weapon, so you're going to have to push the trigger button as much as possible. Your hipfire, however, is surprisingly average, which isn't usual for all the other pistols. It's probably the worst without all the other pistols as well. Recoil can be a little bit of a problem. With the recoil, it is visibly moderate, but in all reality, it is pretty low. So with the visibility, it can be a little bit of a problem when it comes to the longer ranges, or even at a close range at times. But with your aim time, it is quick, at 200 milliseconds. Your switch times, however, are fast as well, at 450 milliseconds down and 250 milliseconds up. Your movement speed is usual for all the pistols at 100%. The USP-45 does share a somewhat magazine of the M9 with 12 rounds. It's enough to kill 1, 2, or even 3 guys in total. Your starting supply, however, is a little bit lower at 24 rounds, plus the 12 that you have in your gun, makes it a total of 36 rounds. Your reload supply, however, is going to be quick at 1.625 seconds. Our build with this pistol is going to be based on a counter roll. We're going to be using silence, traps, and awareness. We can't use the pistol entirely as a whole, so we're going to have to give it a main buddy as well. Switch to it every now and then, and use it at close range, to somewhat medium range depending on the weapon. For our recommended weapon, we are going to be using an assault rifle, the G36C. The G36C has similarities of that of the M4 carbine, but it does have a low recoil, a moderate rate of fire, and low damage, and no big sway compared to that of the M4. But for our recommended attachments, we are going to be putting silencers on both due to the impressive range on both weapons. The USP-45 has a good range despite it being a pistol, and with it being an assault rifle, the G36C isn't hampered with a silencer. But use them at a medium range with the G36C, but when it comes to closer ranges, pull out your pistol and give them a nice wealthy surprise. For trapping as our motto, we are going to be using the Claymore x 2 perk for our first perk. With the Claymore x 2 perk, they give you 2 deadly claymores. The claymores, what they do, they eliminate a laser within the front of its trap. The laser, once tripped, will make a deadly explosive, killing anyone that's in its path. But the claymores are pretty good when it comes to behind doors, pathways, or behind cars and barrels for an explosive surprise. But do be warned, the laser can be a dead giveaway that a claymore is behind there. And with the bomb squad perk, it can also be seen with a red glowing effect. Just use them in more unusual areas as well, even in open spaces at times depending on the circumstance. Secondly, UAV Jammer will be helping you out by staying off the radar and keep your enemy guessing every time that you're looking around. With the UAV Jammer, you are going to be impervious to radar, so you won't be seen every time a UAV scans the map. With the UAV Jammer as well, you will have to stay on the move as well, especially if you don't have an unsuppressed weapon. But for another choice, stopping power can be really good due to the low damages on these weapons. They can help them out really good by lessening one shot as well. For our last perk choice, we are going to be using one of the more worthless perks. Eavesdrop, what it does is that you'll be hearing enemy chatter within 30 meters away. But with consoles now having party chat, this perk is pretty much worthless. But there will be at times that people will be chatting within the game itself, and they will be revealing their positions to their friends as much as possible. That will give you the cue to go into their position and be waiting for them for a deadly trap. But if that's not good, then dead silence can work and can stop with the loud footsteps that you'll have within your movements. The USP.45 has some impressive range. The only range that it has compared to it is the Desert Eagle, and the Desert Eagle has a really good range as well. And it's pretty close to some of the SMGs, like the Scorpion. It has a moderate damage when it comes to a further range, which means you'll be killing people within 3 to 4 shots at most times. Its magazine is pretty decent when it comes to the M9 as well, and like all the other pistols, this pistol is lethal at a close range. Of course, all pistols, including the USP.45, do have some drawbacks. It is not good when it comes outside of its close range potential. 4 to 5 shots is a lot to dispense when it comes to this pulling of each trigger. And with the other assault rifles, SMGs, LMGs, shotguns, and even sniper rifles, they can only kill you with just a few shots and you'll be dead instantly. And with their respectable ranges as well, you will be annihilated within their ranges. But with the visible recoil can be a bit of annoyance as well, and can be a bit of a problem. But this weapon is a good backup weapon, and is really good when it comes to the silencer, so this weapon can be a really good espionage pistol regarding the circumstances. This USP is no part of a computer, but it can pack one hell of a punch. If you insert some of the bullets within your enemy, you'll no doubt be hearing them with eavesdrop, sizzling with intense rage. Thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to vote, rate, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and be sure to look at my Facebook page down below. And for our next episode, we are going to be going back to the assault rifles, and we're going to be heading to the M4 carbine. Until then, GalacticStorm saying, keep charging, bitches.